Hello everyone, my name is Sam Scrallo and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, in this video we're going to talk about something that nobody is talking about. We're going to take a look at some very important data, some important news updates, and all the things that you have to keep in mind right now as a Bitcoin trader or Bitcoin investor, which is going to actually be very bullish, and it's going to put Bitcoin in perspective against other assets such as the stock market, gold, also commodities, etc., and which is going to point in the right direction in terms of the potential of Bitcoin's future. And we're going to also take a look at some short-term price action here as well. So if you are brand new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that you're always notified when I make a new upload. Because remember, you have to watch these videos from the beginning and until the end if you want to really get anything out of them. And also, there is a link to my free Telegram channel down in the description of this video. And without any further ado, let's just jump right into it. And guys and girls, remember that if you want to support the channel, the best way to do that is by hitting that like button. And when I see a lot of likes, it motivates me to create this content every single day. So please smash up the like button, and also there is a share button below this video if you can share it with your friends and family members and all the people that trade Bitcoin in random directions and really need some education. So share it with those people right now, send it to your friend. Okay, so first things first, we have to talk about the short-term perspective, the technicals, and you've seen all my videos. If you are brand new to the channel, as I said, subscribe, there's a lot to learn here. And if you've been watching, then you know that we are in this wedge and we just got back into it, and as predicted, call me Mr. Spot On down in the comments right now, because everybody's saying we're going to $30,000 right now. Nah, wrong. So even though we are still bulls here, we love Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and we believe it's the future of the financial world, but nonetheless we still have to be reasonable in the current macro environment. So it turned out to be a fake out, and let's take a look in a smaller time frame. This is just like if you want to be trading in this way, it's quite a good way to trade, as long as you understand the ways of proper understanding of major trends, etc. And if you want to learn how to trade properly, then down in the description or in the pinned comment there is a link to a limited 50% recession offer on my 5 months long certified and accredited trading learning programs, which is incredibly rare in this world that trading education is actually certified and accredited. So if you want to become a good trader, learn how to do macro analysis, fundamental analysis, technical analysis, trade like a professional, then the link is down below, and it's limited to 500 seats, so those sell out really fast, so join right now. So this is the beautiful fake out, and we talked about this flag right here that I believed is gonna break down, which it did. So we saw a beautiful break below, and then the price came in to retest this previous support, it turned into a resistance, and now we're moving downwards. So current target, the technical target, is about 21,100, but of course we can be a bit more radical and say that the target of this trade could be somewhere at about 20,800, in this vicinity of the support of this whole channel right here. But remember, guys and girls, that if you're in the short trade, then you certainly have to put in your stop already somewhere in profit and not risk it too much right now. Why? Because we're gonna see huge volatility on the in just a couple of days, and the end of this month is going to be incredibly volatile. On the 27th, we're going to have the FOMC meeting, which is going to be the decision on the interest rates. Then on the 28th, we're going to have the GDP number announcement, which probably is going to be negative, so it's going to be a lot of turmoil in the markets. And also on the 29th, there's going to be the PCE data, which is the inflation figures that we're really waiting for right now, which could actually turn out to be quite positive. So, and this is it when it comes to all the technicals. This is pretty much what we are looking for, and as I said previously, that I am ready to flip bullish, but only after the 29th when we see the PCE data and whether we're going to see this peak inflation finally. And let's quickly take a look at the oil price, and yes, it's looking quite good so far that we're not breaking back above this previous support. So as long as we stay around these numbers at 90 something, below 90, we're gonna definitely see a drop in inflation. So that means that at some point the United States government and the Fed is gonna finally potentially start fighting the Dixie, even though Dixie is starting to go down a little bit, but this kind of a super strong dollar is no good for anyone. So let's go back to the Bitcoin price. So we just just spoke about all the technicals that you really need to be aware of. Now let's jump to some interesting news and talk about the most important aspect of this whole video. And remember, guys and girls, if you want to be trading yourself actively, then use my link down in the description of this video or in the pinned comment, either to Bybit or to BitGet. Because with BitGet, you can claim up to $8,000 in initial deposit bonuses, $4,100 with Bybit. And with BitGet, they have the biggest copy trading platform that you can use and really do nothing and have other traders trade for you. And when you're holding their native token BGB, you're getting an airdrop of random tokens to your wallet every Tuesday. So you're welcome. And I'm gonna link a tutorial to BitGet right here. So it's like a mini crypto course as well as a tutorial to BitGet. If you just want to learn how to trade, you can also, like a beginner's course, you can check out this free course right here. Now, let's talk about some very important news, and it's going to lead us into understanding, what Bitcoin is and what we can expect from it in the future, because everybody's screaming that Bitcoin is a terrible hedge against inflation, there is no store value, it's garbage, a scam, Ponzi scheme, etc., and all the naysayers and haters. So this is going to be especially for you guys. So first things first, some small stuff before we get into the juicy stuff, and that is that Bitcoin is now considered property in UK, and by the way, it's going to also help reclaiming ransomed assets sent to exchanges in a much easier way. So basically this, let's not talk too long about this, you can find this article online. So basically UK has declared, in terms of their court system, they've declared Bitcoin a real legal property. So this is really cool. Now the next thing is even cooler, and that is that Texas is to ensure, whatever, don't even know what this word is, cryptocurrency in state's constitution. So the Republican Party of Texas might add a new clause to the Bill of Rights. This new clause would grant people the right to own, possess, and utilize any kind of medium of exchange they choose, including digital currency. So talking about mass adoption. So this is amazing, and we are seeing this mass adoption bit by bit creeping in, and this is what we're gonna see in the coming years as well. And this is when we're gonna also see the next Bitcoin halving and the exponential growth of Bitcoin, in my personal humble opinion, and especially when we're seeing a lot of regulation and legal frameworks are being developed, and it's gonna be just epic. But nonetheless, so let's now talk about something that is most important of this whole video, and that is, there are people who believe, that the best hedge against inflation is gold. Some people believe that it's better to just hold cash, but some people are saying that it's Bitcoin. And the gold lovers, let me know that in the comments if you love gold and you would better have gold than Bitcoin, and tell me in the comments if you would have gold instead of Bitcoin, and I would know exactly what type of person you are. But it's fine. I mean, everybody chooses their own, whatever floats your boat, so to speak. Because I personally, I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist or crypto maximalist. I actually have gold, but I don't have that much of it, maybe like 1 kilo in total of gold, some silver coins, etc., just stored away in the safe in Dubai, and just in case if whatever happens in the world that I have some gold. But that's it. It's just a small fraction of my total net worth. So, but a lot of people are saying that, right now if we're going to go to the weekly chart, we're going to see a terrible crash of Bitcoin, which, constitutes a terrible hedge against inflation. Same thing with Ethereum, etc. So, a lot of people are calling out Bitcoin, saying that it's garbage. So, and if we're going to take a look at a very important chart right here and see whether Bitcoin is actually a good hedge against inflation, we're going to see that, right here, basically what we can conclude is that Bitcoin on a year-to-year basis is actually not a good hedge against inflation. But don't celebrate just yet. Okay, let me finish my thought here. So, but it is a good hedge against inflation when we are looking at a 2-year period, 4-year period, and an 8-year period. But certainly on a 1-year period, if you're just zooming in, then certainly Bitcoin is going to be a bad hedge against inflation, at least at this point when we're so highly correlated with the high-risk assets such as the stock market. So, but then the big question becomes, if Bitcoin is terrible hedge against inflation, there is no store value, blah, 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 then what is a good hedge against inflation, and is it the stock market? So let's take a look at the stock market, and I'm gonna get to that point in just a second. So inflation hedge, so basically here we're gonna see that basically if you just I'll break it down into simple layman terms, and that's why you're liking this video and subscribing. So basically, when it comes to the stock market, and especially since we're correlated so heavily with S&P 500 and especially NASDAQ, we can see that it's going to be painting basically the same picture, that in 1 year, over the year-to-year period, S&P 500 and the stocks are also a bad hedge against inflation. We're losing to the inflation, basically. But when we're taking a look again at the 2-year period, 4-year period, or an 8-year period, then we're gonna actually say that it's just like Bitcoin. So it's actually better, it's actually winning against inflation. So we just concluded that Bitcoin and high-risk assets like the stock market are terrible hedges against inflation, which is bad for Bitcoin, right? So because it doesn't have that store value, and this whole narrative of being better to hold Bitcoin than anything else. So then the question is, so what is it that we can hold? Is it gold? Everybody's gonna say, yeah, it's gold. And let me know in the comments right now if you think it's gold. And let's just, without any further ado, let's go to gold. And nah, it's not gold. Wow, how is this possible that it's not gold? But, well, sorry to say, guys and girls, but it's not gold. As a matter of fact, gold performs worse than Bitcoin at the current stages of adoption of Bitcoin, and it actually wins against inflation only when we're looking at a 4-year period and an 8-year period. Remember, with Bitcoin, it loses to inflation only over a 1-year period, when with gold, it loses over 1-year period and the 2-year period. So it's better to hold stocks and crypto, theoretically, according to this data, than gold, which is absolutely crazy. So that's why, when people are saying, oh, I would rather have some gold, it's like, yeah, guys, you probably haven't seen any data and you don't understand, what the future entails in terms of the, financial world, but whatever. So, and then the biggest question is then, if gold is worse, then what could we potentially hold as a best hedge against inflation? And there is only one answer, and that is going to be the commodity. So basically, crude oil or any other commodity would be, in this instance, in the current bear market especially, would be the best hedge against inflation. But it's very funny to see that Bitcoin is actually better than gold, and if you agree and if you're happy about it, smash up that like button. I'm gonna link my free course somewhere right here if you wanna get started with cryptocurrency trading, a beginner course, and if you wanna join my famous university-grade trading education, a 5 months long learning program where you're gonna learn, everything you need to know to become a professional trader. Then remember, links are down below and limited to 500 seats, so probably will sell out in the next few days. And stay smart, stay rich, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.